Alright, it has been 2 months already for me to learn Next.js, and today is the Sunday 2nd of October 2022. What this time is that right now is 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. in Thailand. So what I want to show you is my project, a little projects here that are written in using Laravel and Next.js as a front end. What is actually this web app will do is I can do a little bit of tiny blocks here, and I got the little system that just only for the demonstration. So if I click on any link here, it will navigate to the detail page, which will use an ID to navigate around. So this one is the detail page, and I click home to go back, and you see if it's more than 15 of them, well, I don't know, maybe it's a little bit more than this, I can't remember. By the way, the pagination is working, everything is working like what I have done in Laravel plus Vue.js before. So don't get me wrong though, I am a big fan of Vue.js. I love Vue.js, but I just want to learn something else, like a new thing, because this is 2022 right now, and I just want to learn something else. So I know that so many people out there know what is Next.js for a very long time, and the reason I make this video is just for somebody who love Laravel like myself, and you want to use Next.js as the front end, and you want to use Laravel as your back end. This is the way to do it. And you know what? To upload this to the live server is dead simple. I'm going to show you right now. It's better to show you the code. So before I show you the code, if you want to test this out, just go ahead and looking at the description down below. I have the link to the repo right here where you can get the code and you can start to hacking with that. And if you scroll down to a little bit to the bottom, you're going to see how to use this code, and this is how you're going to do if you want to test this out, because you just not download this code to your computer and run it. It's not going to be work. There will be some step to do. So we go to sign in, and I have an email right here that this one will go to the member section. So Kenny will go to the member section. So you see that if it's not, if he is not the owner, he won't be able to edit or delete this post. But if he is the owner, he'll be able to edit or delete his post. So click on the edit. It will pop up the form to edit the post. So if he click on delete, it will do delete too. If he want to post something else, so just click on what's up right here, and then put something in here as the title. So you'll be able to upload the file. Let's upload some file here as a cover, and you see that the file, it will be preview, and also it have the checking if the file is bigger than 2 megabytes, is won't be able to upload, and it will throw an error. So this will be a very quick, a very short note, and then you're ready right now. Just click on submit form, and then this will be not redirect, so you have to manually close form. But you will see that the new post is already right here, and if you go click on edit, you can edit here. That will be populated as a form to edit. So if you click on the profile, you'll be able to upload the file to the profile as well, and you can edit the name and email. But so far I'm not going to make this available for update the password yet, not yet. So this is the member section, and let's log out. You can even log in for the admin section. I have my name here, and then I'm going to log in as an admin. So the admin page will going to look like this, and I have a little bit and I have two apps that running right here. One is the node, and another one is to see how many people has been visit. This is just generated by the script somewhere on the server, and it will be simple script that I make right here. So this is the admin. So if he log out, do we have a protection? So let's enter admin like before. You see that it will be kicked out if he don't have a session. It's just the session base that from Laravel. This is very cool. All right, so that will be how the app is working. So for anyone who going to download this script, or for anyone who going to download this code, this is what you're going to do. When you click at the description down below, it will navigate you to this page. And then all you have to do, you click on the code button right here, make sure that you are at the section of HTTPS, and then you click in here to copy. You have to copy this URL. Now I'm going to open up my terminal right here, and let's see, I am in my home folder. So if I type in pwd, you'll see that I'm in my home folder. And if I list the file here, I'm going to create one of the folder here. So mkdir, and let's create the folder called test1. Now let's cd into the folder called test1 that we just created. I will clear the screen so this way you guys will see. And let's open up the screen key too. So this way you'll see what I have typed in, and maybe it's a little bit better, I don't know. So we have created the new folder called test that living in the my home folder. So let's clone this repo by typing git clone like this and pass the URL that we just copied. I have the URL path right here, and I'm going to append dot at the very end of the command because I want to clone this code into this folder. I do not want to recreate the folder called c.nextjs right here. Okay, now let's do it. I hit enter right now, so this one will clone the code. If I list the file right now, what I'm going to see in here, so the first thing first, if you use Laravel, you'll know that there is the folder called vendor has missing in this folder. That is because the vendor folder is very big. When I push it to GitHub, it will take too much time, and we can do it very simple. I'll show you in a minute. Now the first thing what you're going to do right after you clone the repo, you see the file called .env.example right here. This is what we're going to deal with. It's the first thing. All right, so I am going to copy this file. .env.example is going to be copied to .env. So you see the command that I type in here. cp is to copy. .env.example is a file name, and press space one time and enter the file name called .env. Now let's hit enter. Now you see that If I list the file again, now I have the file called .env, so the environment file right here. So you open the file with the editor of choice, but for me, I'm going to use Vim. So let's have a look here in the path. If you scroll down to the important section right here, this is where you're going to edit in your file. Make sure that you edit it like this. So in this part, have to be localhost, and it will be 8000 because we will run it from the home folder. And the front-end URL is also have to be localhost, but using the port 3000. Let's edit that. And the domain, the session domain here will be localhost. That way to store the cookie, the login cookie, but it's not done yet here. This one is the important, another important. Looking at the line number 14, if you use MySQL, you can change it to MySQL. But for me, I prefer to use SQLite. And in the line 15 here, you must specify an absolute path to the DB file. Remember that we are in home folder. So the path here will be home, and then followed by your name. In my case here is Farouk, and the folder called test1, if you remember. Let's have a look. Yeah, the root folder called test1. All right, just close this back. So we're done with this file. What we're gonna do is now we save the file and then open up another file. You go to nextJS, there will be .env.local.example. So we're going to copy this file, and we're going to rename it to .env.local, just like so, and open it up. So next, public backend URL. This is the important part. Make sure that you change here to the localhost 8000. Is really have to be matched with the one that we set up in .env file. So keep this in mind. And also the origin here. We actually don't need to use this, but I just put it for my preference. And also the information down below, a couple lines down below, you can do whatever you want to. So they're all for you. Let's save this file. And what else we're going to do is, it's not done yet. So let's clear the screen. Make sure you are in the root folder. And what we're going to run is composer update. So this way you're going to get the folder called vendor back. Otherwise your Laravel backend would not be working. If I type in ls right now, you should see the folder called vendor right here. So it's a system part. We need that. And let's see if our backend is working. By typing PHP origin serve, and our system is working. So the URL that you're going to hit will be 127.0.0.1 on the 8000 port. So let's have a look. http:// and localhost. Let's see, localhost 8000. All right, and have a look here. If you have a Laravel object back, you're cool now. You're good to go. So if you type in API/visitor, you should get the result back as JSON file like this. Now our backend is already working, and go back to the terminal again. I'm going to open up another terminal, and let's navigate to the folder called test1. So right now, if I type in ls to list the file, you're going to see one folder that called nextJS that has been edit.env.local file in a minute ago. So let's do cd in that nextJS. So when I type in ls, you realize that we don't have the folder called node modules and also .next. So these two folders is very important to in order to run nextJS. You need these two folders. So to make it come back, this is how you're going to do. You type in npm install, and then you can append another command like to emphasize, the double emphasize, and npm run dev. We're going to do it in the same time. So let's do that. All right. It seemed like the port 3000 is already in use. So that will be not working. If I back to the web browser and then I try to navigate to http://localhost 3000 just to hit the URL, what we get is actually this one is not working because it's a different. So what I'm doing here, we have to go to 3001 because the 3000 port is already in use. So if I go localhost 3001, hopefully it's working. Okay, it's not working. So let's have a look what happened. And it was a access to XML HTTP request at 8000 API. Port 8000 here has been blocked by cause origin. So what you're going to get out from this problem is back to your code editor. Oh, actually I'm not in there. So back into your code editor, and then what you're gonna do is you find .env file. So let's have a look here. You have the front end with 3000 on port 3000. You have to change it to 3001. Let's see if it's working now. So you see that it's working right now. I'll tell you what, if you ever facing this problem again, this is how you're going to get around. So back to your editor, back to your code editor, and you have to navigate to app folder, and you go to configs. You go to configs folder, and then you're looking for the file called sanctum.php. This is the file that you have to deal with. Open it up, and if you take a look on the 17, at the line 17, make sure that you include your host into here. Like for example, we access this through localhost and 3001. You should have this. You should have it list right here as well. 3001, just like so. And that will be the same case if you upload this to your server. Make sure that in the stateful section in the sanctum.php, you include your domain in here, your website in here. Like for example, if your website called c.next, for example, you should include it right here. All right, now let's go back. Our application is working right now, and if I scroll down, it's going to tell me this is my IP address, that the local IP address. Now let's do sign in, or let's do register test, and the password is 1234. Let's see if we can register. Click on the register, and it says post register unknown status, so that would be something problem right here. Let's have a look at the error. Register CSIF token mismatch. All right, so I want to see CSIF token mismatch. So go to application, and let's do clear session. All right, this one is not working. Localhost 3001 not working right here. So let me have a look at the .env again. Localhost at 8000 localhost. So let's see, what is the problem? I have 3001. Oh yeah, we've been edit the .env file, so this may be the case. So let's go back into npm. Let's run npm run dev. So I cancel that and npm run dev. Port 3000 is in use. Try 3001 and go back here. 3001. Okay, so if you take a look here, if no session is not going to be working. This means I have to include localhost 3001 in here, and also test 1, I believe. I don't know. Let's see. To refresh, we have it. No, we don't have it. Okay, this is not cool. Let's go to the number 2 and audition serve again. That not working too. Localhost. I don't know if it's really the case. Is it working? No. So let's remove dot. Okay, it's my fault. So what you have to do is you can't append dot in here because you use localhost, so that the session will not going to be generated. So keep this in mind. But if you use it in the Apache site, you need to append dot before the website name, I believe. So that would be the case. Let's have a look now. By the way, it's working now. If you get the Laravel session, if the Laravel session here generates, so it means you not going to have a problem with the course. This time you can register test1 admin.me, and then let's to register, you're going to get the reply back. And right now you redirect to login. So let's what is that, test 1 as me.me, and 1 2 3 4 is a password. Let's log in. Okay, so now you can log in, and you go into the member section. All right, and let's log out, and let's see what happened if I go just test email dot something wrong, and the password is correct. Let's log in. Sorry, but login fails. This will be replies back to you. All right, so I believe I do not going to cut this video too much. Just want to show you where is the error section, why it's not working, and how to solve the problem. So so I believe I'm going to leave the video as this link. Now when come back, so by the way, this one is working very well so far, and if you had a feeling like you want to test this out, so just feel free to download this code to test this out. So that's how I do it. 2 months already that I have been learned with nextJS. I don't know any React, so I just learned from nextJS, and this is very exciting. There's a lot of things to do for me, and a lot of things to learn for me. That's something that I cannot do. By the way, I will keep on learning, and I will share with you if I got anything new. So for today, thanks for watching. I'll see you again for next video. Goodbye.